Yeah. This is electric materials we're handling.
No.
Okay, guys, we gotta do this. We gotta plan the next project, the next crazy experiments. Yes, my crew and I, we've been working in this program since like 2 years or so. Yes. Hey! What do you guys have in mind?
Beginning of a great history.
Yes. Oh hey, the cameraman, I wasn't expecting you with this fool.
Hello.
Our creative team and me, we're working in a new project.
Oh fuck.
We're trying to hey, don't swear!
Yes. The friends, the crazy science friends. Yes, I am a very good friend to all of them. It feels like family, you know. Igor is a very good friend. He does many things and he never complains. I think he's never going to do anything bad ever because he seems a good guy, you know. It's very good. I am very good friend.
Okay, so we're working in electricity projects. You can see
Be careful.
our creative team
Ow.
is completely free of stress and just working and working. Yes.
There are nice people, but there's strange things that no one tell us.
We're not even here eating, sleeping or anything. So we get this crap.
You don't have to swear.
Yes, because we are family friendly. Because it sells more and we cannot swear or anything like that. Otherwise, muchacho.
Do you eat here? There's like a story going on that you don't eat, you don't drink clean water and stuff. Is that true?
I can't answer that.
Why not?
I can't.
Okay.
What do we have in mind?
Well, we're gonna use this battery to make a great motor, I guess. It's going to spin around and it's going to be awesome.
Yes, of course. I totally let them eat, sleep, drink water. Clean water, of course. They drink clean water, obviously. Okay, so this is the first day of work. Hey, quit whipping, guys, quit! Hey, guys! We need to work more hard.
Can you get out of the house?
So yeah, we eat, we drink water. Water is good, water is fresh. We eat crackers for dinner. And only crackers for dinner. They're delicious, we cannot complain. They don't let us complain. But it's good. The water is delicious. Though it sometimes it smells like shit. But it's fine. Everything is fine. What's your next question?
Okay, guys, what do we have so far?
Nothing!
Nothing!
I want to eat!
No! You don't need!
Do you eat?
You give me
I think so.
What do you
one day or 2 a week, and some delicious crackers. Yeah, they are very nice.
What the hell is this? What have you done? I only see a lightsaber here. Why the fuck do you have a lightsaber? What?
It's all we could do.
Well, why is there a lightsaber? What? You wanna pull it in? Connect it. Oh my god!
Oh, it works!
The lightsaber works!
It's functional.
It's amazing! Okay, so we're gonna draw and explain a little bit about electricity and how it works in everything, like our body. So first, the first experiment you just saw, our friends just pulled up a lightsaber and connect them to a battery. So I'm gonna explain now how does all that works. Also, like trying to explain you like why it works, you know, because it's a lightsaber. It's not supposed to work, and so yeah. So let's do this. I'm gonna write 3 dots here real fast, and I'm gonna check the marker out. Just another one, yeah, okay. So we have a plus sign and a minus sign, and we make a happy face because it goes like positive.
Hey, what are you doing here? I'm gonna take the charge now.
Okay, so now I am going to explain this, okay? So yes, I'm the Duck, and I'm gonna explain how the lightsabers work in the Star Wars universe and in our universe, because of course they're the same. You don't know the Star Wars lightsabers exist in our world? Well, you should, my friend. I mean, that's not so hard and different from our world, so let's do this thing, my friends. Okay, so we start by drawing the lightsaber to explain my point in more detailed ways, okay? So now that I'm drawing it, I need to kind of explain to you what are we going to do. Okay, you see the lightsaber here? For any of Star Wars fans just like me, we know that this lightsaber, well, any lightsaber uses what it's known as kyber crystals. These kyber crystals are what gives the lightsaber its color and its power. So now as we have that, the kyber crystals can be or green or blue, or those two. Those are the nature kyber crystals. So once we know that, we can come to an next part. The Jedi are the only people to can find these kyber crystals because of the Force. The Force guides our actions and their actions, so they have to guide this. Okay. So now we know the kyber crystal and the Jedi work. We need to stick them together in the lightsaber. And how do the Jedi stick together the lightsaber? Well, that's a very, very good question. With the help of the Force, they basically just they bring together the lightsaber and then they join them. Okay, so after we know that, we have to know and learn that there's a battery. There's a lot of batteries in the lightsaber. You can see I draw one in the left and one in the middle. Yes, down. Yes, that battery, in our experiment, the battery was connected to a lightsaber, it was connected to the kyber crystal, we was connected to the other batteries, so it just went, it went on because of science of our world and science of the Star Wars universe. It's the same. You can see our battery here.
Do you feel like are you happy? Are you happy with your friends?
Okay, guys, okay. Hey, stop.
Do you like working with the guys? Like the crew?
They are nice. Igor's nice.
Okay.
Mickey Mouse is a little abusive.
I know it's been. Hey, stop. I know it's been so rough days. 3 days. 3. No clue. So I'm going to the bathroom and I'll be back. Okay. Keep working. Yes, of course. We are free to live here. Yes. We are not trapped. We are not in danger. Don't call the police. Everything is fine. I mean, we can get to leave the house, but not more than 5 meters. But who needs more than 5 meters anyway? Wait up. Did he say he's gonna go to the bathroom? Let's go escape. JP, escape. JP. We need to get the fuck out of here. Move. Cameraman, come. We have no time. He's gonna go without any time. So.
Do you go outside of the house?
What do you mean outside?
Like outside. You know, like to the mall.
What is outside?
Okay, next question.
Okay, guys, I have an idea for them. Oh no! My crew! Have you ever seen the outside?
I have always wanted to.
There are rumors that say that you want to escape. Is it true?
I don't know. But you must have very dangerous things. You have to stay away from Doctor. Hey,
Hey, motherfucker, what?
Where are you, my people? My crew? Where is everybody?
I know they're somewhere around here. Just don't know where.
No, yes, we are very friends. We don't fight. We are friends. We love each other.
Wah, never mind. You come with me, camera. I saw you.
Is he gone? Yeah. Okay, come on. Everybody, come. Tonight, it's the night. We be free. Yes, sleep. Pfft. Why would I want to leave this place? I love this place. It's just sometimes I miss my family. I just want to get back home. I don't want to leave. I want to go. Tonight, we escape from this bullshit. Open air. 1, 2, 3.
You wanna kill them? Yeah. Are you human?
I was.
Do you have a family?
Yes.
What happened to you?
I don't know.
Are you okay?
There are things within these walls no mortal should see. Oh my god, I can't believe we escaped.
Very good pizza. It was delicious, in fact.
Yeah, I know, but
Finally, free from that dog. Yes.
Yeah.
In fact.
okay, but hey, wait,
What?
what's that?
What you mean?
Oh my god!
Oh shit!
Oh shit!
Oh my god!
Yes, no, they can go out of the house. They're not locked down or nothing.
You fucking saw me, mother.
So you need to explain me how does electricity work? We need to do this. It's crazy experiments part 2. So we need to do this. Okay? Okay? Sorry, a ver. Okay. So repeat after me. I'm not going to escape again.
I'm not going to escape again.
And if I do, I get the lightsaber. Okay? Okay. Suit yourself, guys.
Welcome to Great Experiments again. In this experiment, we're gonna need the. Where is the battery? Thank you. Where is the rest of the experiment? Yes, that's the magnet, but where is the other thing? Okay, fine. For this experiment, we need a battery, we need a magnet, and we need the copper wire. When you that we're gonna explain later because the battery would make the copper wire spin. Spin. Any moment now. Spin.
Alright, I think he's gone. Let's see what he. Oh no! Not again. Why Star Wars? Why Star Wars? What makes you think that anything inside the Star Wars universe makes any sense in the real world? There's a battery there. Batteries are real. Let's talk about batteries. Alright, so battery is actually a very essential part of our everyday lives in the present. Pretty much any electronic device that isn't hooked up to an outlet like 24/7 has a battery inside it. And all batteries operate in an essentially similar way. It's very simple. Back in the old ages, Alessandro Volta was a little guy in Italia who thought he could actually prove that electricity could be stored and transferred through a process called oxidation and reduction, okay? Pretty simple. So, the experiment he devised was he put a layer of zinc and a layer of copper above it, but the zinc and the copper were separated by a layer of cloth that had a chemical substance in it at the time. So basically what he did is he connected the copper to the zinc through what we now call a circuit, basically just a little bit of that same cloth that connected both. And what happened was that the zinc, which is actually negatively charged naturally, it's called an anode, gave all its electrons, or all its extra electrons, to the copper, which is usually positively charged, which means it needs more electrons. It has more protons and electrons. It's a cathode. So the zinc oxidizes and becomes neutrally charged, and the copper gets a reduction, which means it also becomes neutrally charged. And while that happens, electricity is released in the cloth. So now batteries don't use cloth with a chemical solution because that would be very wet. They use like a dry concoction where all the negatively charged surface is in the outside of the battery, and then there's this little separating piece of dry material which is called the electrolyte. That's where the actual magic happens in terms of electricity being produced. And then in the center we always have this positively charged nucleus, I guess. So how does it come that the batteries in our phones and in our tablets don't run out once and never able to be used again? How do rechargeable batteries work? It's really simple actually. All that we do is when we connect them to an outlet, we basically bring electricity back into the thing, and the process of oxidation and reduction happens in reverse. So the outside of the battery inside of our phones becomes negatively charged again, and the inside becomes positively charged again. Basically, electrons flow from the nucleus to the surface of the battery. And that's how they work. But they can only be recharged as much as 20,000 times. That's why your phones lose capacity after a while. Just small defects in the battery itself make it impossible for it to be used indefinitely. Every time we deplete our battery, it gets a little of its capacity depleted because the process is not perfect. Okay, so our friend Bendover, or as I know him, Mickey Mouse, created a little bit of a contraption that's very interesting, but actually uses magnetism to work. So not only electricity, but magnetism. And the thing is, magnets are going to be explained in the third module of this semester. So I don't want to give anything away. I don't want to give any spoilers. What we'll do is I'll explain to you the parts that work electrically and the parts that work with magnetism will be part of our third evidence. So this experiment is actually really simple. Like, he just put a magnet on the negative side of a battery, of a AA battery, and on the positive side he put a conducting copper wire. That would be our circuit. And then it made the two edges of our copper wire just kind of just barely touch the magnet and the negative side, which was of course like the negative side of our magnet. No, sorry, the negative side of our battery was connecting to the magnet, so that was already negatively charged. So anyways, the magnetic side of the experiment is what actually makes the copper circuit spin. But we're gonna tell you about that in the third module, okay? No spoilers. Also, one last thing, that making it just barely touch the magnet instead of actually completely touching it or not touching it at all took us like easily 200 tries. Like, it took us 200 tries to get it right, and we got it right for the video, which was amazing. And just that experiment deserves 100 in itself. Think about that, teacher.
They know I kill you, not let me escape. I mean, escape? No, escape is illegal. What? Igor? Igor, stop! Igor, my finger! Why do you have to do this, Igor?
And I can explain why it worked. Okay, so this experiment is the easiest one to explain. Remember how I made this diagram of how batteries work? We basically just gonna repeat that diagram, but the only thing we're gonna change is, you remember this like green thing that I drew where the energy goes? We're not gonna have that here. It's gonna be a short circuit, and short circuits are usually a very bad thing. Let me tell you why, but first we're gonna need to know a little bit about how electrons flow between one place to another, which, by the way, that's electricity. Like, the definition of electricity is electrons flowing from one place to another, and that's what we use to power our lights right now. That's what we use for light, for sound, for any sort of electric needs that we have, even the special and kinky ones. Yes, all those are powered by electricity, electrons flowing from one place to another. So you have a lot to thank for. You have a lot for which to thank electrons for. What? No. Anyways, the thing is, first up we have volts. Volts are a measure that we learned in class, and you should know it. It's the amount of energy being transferred for unit charge. Do we need volts? No, we don't need volts. Volts suck. Volts are used for nothing. Volts are not important at all. You should never use volts. Volts are sucky. Instead, you should use the actually good ones. Amps. Amps are the good ones. That's why amplifiers are called amps, because amps are very, very, very cool. What amps means is the rate at which electrons flow. Instead of being like meters a second, it's electrons a second. How many electrons go through a certain point a second? And the shorter the secret is, the less places electricity has to go, electrons have to go before they reach the end of your circuit. The faster they go, the more amps we generate. And the more amps we generate, the faster electrons go, the more heat we generate. That's exactly what we needed for our lighter though. But be very, very careful, because this short circuits can easily turn into big accidents, like what's happening right now, just playfully, you know? Oh my god, it's actually,